we are recording one sample scenario on SAP BPM. Let us see. First we will execute one scenario. So the scenario is like file to file with the BPM. Let us see how do we execute it. We have in SAP system. We have one file also. Just press this one. Yeah, this is the one. And we are using input and output folders. To place input file, we have to place this file to here, and we can see the output file after execution of our BPM scenario. So let us place one input file here. Before that, we will see the content of this BPM. Right click, open. This is the file content, which has two values, 45 and 56. Okay, now I am placing this file in this location and change the permissions with 777. So the poll interval time is 1 minute, so it will take 1 minute to do this file in this location. Wait for 1 minute up to it. So the file will be deleted here, the same location. Yeah, file is deleted, and we are supposed to see another file. So see the timestamp 9:48. Refresh here again. Yeah, we are seeing another file. Before we have seen 9:48 as timestamp. Now we are seeing another file with 10:12. Now we can copy this, or else you can directly open this file here also. See the file content. We are simply sending the same file from source to receiver using BPM. This is a simple scenario, but our focus is to understand the steps. So this is the end-to-end testing scenario. Let us focus the configuration in PI. So in our PI, I will show you the configuration objects. So we are using this CS underscore NW BPM demo, which has two ICOs, and one ICO is to take the message from PI to BPM, and second ICO is for to take the output from BPM to file. So this is our first ICO, and we are using service enterprise NW BPM out. So this is the second BPM, I think. So let's focus on the first BPM. Will you proceed? Okay. Whenever I come BPM, then we can proceed. Yeah.
to the ESR, right?
Once I complete this configuration, then go over with ESR as well as
No, I
WDS.
think we need to first go with the ESR. We need to touch the ID
Yeah,
at the last.
just I will just inform the things what I have configured. So using file adapter, we are simply picking the file from the source location, and we are using the one mapping, sample mapping at PS side, and this is for our. We can also avoid this mapping here if
It's
required.
not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. And by using this communication channel, we are sending this information to BPM. Let us see how we have configured this communication channel also. So this is the target URL, and use authentication mode, use logon and data for non-SAP, and Avinash maybe some password. But here you should remember, for this user you need BPM specific roles that should be added for your user. So search SEN so that you can get those two roles, add those two roles for your user. Okay, and also configure the second ICO. So after BPM, we need to fetch the data from BPM to our PI. See the configuration for the receiver ICO also. And we are going to show those two roles also now after completion of this demo. And this one communication channel, simply SOAP communication channel, and use XI protocol to fetch the data from the BPM. Yeah, simply yeah. Then in outbound processing, specify the file receiver information. Okay, now see the configurations at ESR side. That is simply we need to create a service interfaces. Our colleague will explain more on this one.
Yeah, just opening the ESR. It's a network it's a demo BPM. Yeah, it's a demo BPM. Here I have used 4 service, just like as the demo I'm using only one data type. It is directly sending the values from PI to BPM and BPM to PI. There's no changes having done. And here the message type consists of this data type. Both the message type consist the same data types. And we having the 4 service interfaces. SAP PI out, which it's an outbound service interface from PI side for the first ICO, and then at our BPM in it's inbound, which connects to the BPM. So we need to keep the interface pattern as stateless XI30 compatible, and even for the assign at our BPM out, also stateless XI30 compatible out, as it's the service interface responsible for receiving the message from the BPM. It is used while receiving the message from the BPM. And here the SIPI in, it is an inbound service interface which will connect with the PA server after receiving the message. And I would like to explain the BPM steps in this NW BPM. So, just a second. Okay, it's a direct it's just like a direct bypass scenario because no changes are being done to the data which is coming through it.
Speak loudly, otherwise it will not be. Because your scenario will be listened by these people.
Yeah. And I will create another process just for a much better understanding over here. First, to create a process means first you need to enter into a composite explorer, click on Windows, open perspective, others, and you can see here the composite designer. When you click open it, here the composite explorer will be opening, and after that go to the file and in new and create a product. Here give some name you like basing on the scenario you are handling. Just for your understanding, I'm giving a name as test and click on next and create a new software component here, or you can choose any existing software component here and you can create it. When you click on next, for suppose think I am choosing this one and I click on next and just click on the finish and the software component will be get created. After that you will get a product like this, and when you open it you can see the portal, process, user interface, business logic, this kind of stuff over here. And you need to create a process here, so you need to drag the process and place it in here. So demo centric, just a second, I think capsule. So demo centric and on next and finish, and you can see over here the process has been created. When you double click open it, just a second.
Go to previous one, not this one. Demo one.
Yeah, you can see it. Basically it will start with showing a start and end process. In this between you need to enter the required modules that required for you. When you click on for this you need to have a data types. Drag a data type object over here and you can as I'm sending the values, I'm placing it at values. And now you need to import the service interfaces into the BPM. For that click on the process modeling and service interfaces, right click, import wisdom, click on next. Here enter your credentials, click on OK, and you can here look at the list of the software components available which can be seen in the PS server, and you can expand it and choose the required namespace here. And I have created a network demo, right? And here you can see the service interface. You can click on SI network BPM in. Actually I have already imported these, I'm just showing you for your understanding purpose. Click on next. Either you can choose the existing one, it is just you are giving a name in the network BPM just for a differentiation. Suppose you give with the name dummy and click on finish. Actually I have already imported, so I'm deleting it. Oh sorry, I was just a sec. Yeah, I think I need to do this for click on it, click on next, and give its name as
XYZ.
dummy1, because after creating the process we need to delete this one. Okay, and for the rest of them already created, just like the inbound, and you need to create for the outbound. Only for the inbound service interface only you need to give a dummy1 or dummy2. After the creating the process, those dummies need to be deleted, but for outbound we need to keep it like that. Okay, and after importing it you can see the data types available above it. As I have used only one data type, I'm dragging it over here. I'm renaming it as input values, and now we need to delete this connection as we need to recreate it. And now click on the start. Click on the start, and you can see the properties here. The event trigger, create a new one, test demo. You can give any name here, just like send a message, right? Next, here you can choose the service interface. I am choosing the service interface network BPM in because it's the inbound service interface for the first ICO which has been created in the PI. That first ICO's inbound service interface will be interacting with this BPM scenario. And click on finish. Into a output mapping. As the values need to be passed to the BPM flow, this mapping is mandatory. Directly mapping this. See, the values got mapped.
So as similar to the PI mapping, can we do more logics here, like node functions and everything? Okay, it's not. We'll see later.
Yeah, we will discuss later on this. Basically we are doing a basic functionality, looking over its basic functionality, how the flow can be constructed and how can it be tested. We can look into it in the later stages. And now, as we have configured the start event, and we need to, as you can see, we need to create an activity type automated. In this automated, we can select the service interface network BPM out. This is outbound service interface which is responsible for initiating the second ICO process. Click on the service reference, and you can see, as I have already configured the previous one, and this one available here, you need to give a type XI, port type name, the service interface, and the namespace name, and here the business system component which are you using on the sender side of the second ICO. Okay, as it is everything in its place, we will go back to this flow again, and now we will connect to this to the end. You click on it and need to drag and place it at the end, and here they are format diagram, and now you need to save it and it's done. But finally you need to delete the dummy over here. Okay, and now it's done. You can deploy the flow. Click on this and click on deploy, build and deploy.
It's not required to because is it required to deploy because
Yes, it's required to deploy. After deploying, we can able to see its component in the NW means network administration process tasks, where the BPM process task can be placed.
can you show the existing deployed one what we have deployed
Yeah, sure.
before?
We can show those things. Here, click on the network administration. Go to the configuration, process and tasks, process repository, and you can see here the development components here. See, this one I have already created system, this process, and list of versions of the component demo example.
Okay.
See, this already existing process. These are the software components available here.
Okay.
See, it got deployed and
this one only this one. Okay.
yes, it's just demos.
Just now we have created it, right?
Yes. If you want to test it, click on start process and give some values as you like. Some I will be placing 2, 3 and 5, 6, 5 like that, and click on start process. See, it's got executed.
Okay.
And you can
That's another
monitor.
one, I think.
And you can see here just a second.
Perfect.
Small correction. We need to do a mapping in automated also, which I have just missed and multiplied. See, these values also need to be mapped in automated. When you click on it, you can see the interfaces I have told before. The values need to be filled in the input mapping. We need to map these values.
And also map these values. Is mapped, right?
Yes.
I think we already mapped in the first step, right?
Yes, this step is to enter those values in the flow, and
Okay.
here after this mapping, it will trigger the second ICO in the PA.
Okay.
Because it consists the outbound service interface details, right? Input mapping, you need to map these things, and as we have done some changes, we will save it, and now we will deploy them again. Build and deploy. Okay, we'll just go back and just a second. It's still running. will take a few minutes. Yeah, okay, the deployment is
అది I0826 యాక్చువల్గా MFT అని మెన్షన్ చేశారు. ఇనిషియల్గా అది ప్రపోజ్ వచ్చేసి త్రూ MFT అని.
okay. As the deployment has been finished, we will go to the processing again and click on again. We'll change some values. Suppose skip this 1 2 3 and 567. Start process. Okay. I think we need to reload it. Go back. I will close it and I have to start the process. 245. Start the process. Deleted component version. Close the card. Okay, I think I need to again touch the active state. Try again. Start the process. Yes, as got redeployed again, I did not refresh it, and now we can see this. What's happening? Yeah, okay. And now we can monitor here and look at this. We got the values 123, 456. Now it's not empty. As previously we have missed the mapping in automated activity box, so the values have not been seen here, and after the mapping and deployment the values are seen in this output file. If you want to do an end-to-end mapping, end-to-end test, you need to end-to-end test.
Yeah, it's required, right?
Yeah. Just a second. Just open the yes. Go to input, and I am changing some values for just to make sure they don't fail.
I think
it's
you can see two different outputs because we have two BPMs, right?
Yeah, maybe we will see it.
Yeah.
Surely, I believe those two will be get executed at the same time.
So if one is picked, yeah, correct. Let us see. So this message will be available for both BPMs, I think.
No, actually I haven't tried that myself. We need to look into it, how it will be. If two flows having the same service interface, which one will be accessed, or both of them will be accessed?
So definitely this message will be available for both the BPMs. We are placing simply this message into the BPM workspace.
Yes.
So these BPMs are having the same service interfaces, right? So for
yes,
this
same
service
service
interfaces,
interface,
we look
same
for the same
operations
message.
too. same service and same values, it will give also the same result.
Yeah.
There is, we need to see whether it will produce one file or two files.
At what time?
8, 9,
9:16.
8, 9, and this is
One is there.
okay. We got the value. I think it has only one process had taken the
Correct.
taken it.
Refresh it again. Let us see. Okay. So
We will check the monitor that which process had taken it.
correct.
Let's see.
Advanced, I think. Right.
That's when it had executed. It has been executed only twice. Means
Demo.
they just did not taken it. Context data. Attachments.
Description 781. చూస్తాను. The message content.
Now the message content has been open. We'll
Another message,
see
the volume, the values what we have placed.
we'll see what is present in this message. There's a message that we have been triggered now. Anything else? It's come.
Don't need a header of the set.
Just a minute.
123
and 456. So it's not. So this process haven't taken this. We will go back to. Just a second. I think I need to open it again. We'll check for the another process.
The old one, I think.
Yeah, the old one has taken it, I believe.
Take the large upper one.
No, this one, lower one. Show peer related messages. Yeah, the message just open. We'll see what message is available for that time. Such content.
No, no,
Yeah.
you don't see like there. You have to go for the message content. Scroll down, scroll down. Main document.
Yeah, previously this is what I clicked. But it's coming in the same format. See, you can see the 5000 and the 678 which had been entered it earlier. Check it once. Yes. So this flow, only one flow will take the message, not both the flows, and only one message will be produced. If same service interfaces have been used to develop two flows, only one of the flow will be taking the message. Okay.
Thanks, Avinash. I think we have seen all the things, right? Both ESR and
Yes.
ID section, as well as the development things in the Network Developer Studios.
Yeah.
So this document will be useful for us to do. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.